guys, it's Hannah, and so today I am going to be doing my 2016 bookish goals. When I was younger, I was very bad at making goals, and even worse, at keeping goals. But then I started doing something called 4-H, which I love. Yes, I do. And in there's this thing called the record book, and it is dreaded by all 4-Hers. And basically what you have to do is you have to sum up your whole year and your 3 main projects and at least one other side project, and you have to write about them. You have to list all of your community service and leadership. You have to, it's just charts, and they want to know what your goals were for what you wanted to accomplish in each of your project areas. And I was so bad at making them at the beginning of the year. But then, as I got older, I got better, and I make myself do it. And so now I've decided that I should also make myself keep other goals outside of 4-H stuff. So today I am doing bookish goals, and I hope I will do a good job of keeping them. That would be nice. My first goal this year is to read at least 50 books. That was my goal to read for last year. And I accomplished it. I read a total of 73 books. So I went over that, and I'm going to keep it pretty low. I was considering raising it up, but I think 50 is a nice solid number, and I just want to read at least that much, if that makes sense. I mean, it's great that I went over, but I don't want to feel pressured to have to reach something that I know will be very hard to reach. 50 is usually a good solid number for me, and I'm pretty sure that I can accomplish it this year. Don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. But, yeah, so that's my first goal this year. The second goal for 2016 is to read more books that I own. Now, I don't own half as many books as some of you booktubers out there. I'm just stating the fact, guys. Look at my bookshelf. I got a small one up on top of my desk and a small one back in that corner over there, but that is it. And I share them with my sister too, so some of these aren't even mine. But I do still own a lot of books that I haven't read yet. 32 to be exact, which to me is a big number. So my goal this year is to read more books that I own. I'm not going to make myself read all of the books that I own that I haven't read, but I do want to make a good dent in the books that I own that I haven't read. There are some that I just haven't had time to read yet, but I'm really excited to read, and there's some that years and years ago I thought I'd like it, and then I just never got around to it. But it still is something that I think I'd enjoy. And there are some books that I just, you know, got on a whim. We have this thing in our library, and it's a used bookstore, and you can get 3 books for $1. And I go there way too often and get books, take off the library covers, and have them. And so they're super cheap, but then I don't have space, and I haven't read them yet. So my goal is to read more of these books that I have not read yet. Again, not all. I'm not going to hold myself to that. I do not think I can accomplish that, just being real here. But I do think I can put a very good dent in the books that I own but haven't read. So, my third and final goal for 2016 is to read more classics. I love classics. I just haven't read as many in 2015 as I would have liked. So my goal is to read more of them. I do want to read a bunch of L.M. Montgomery books, which is like Anne of Green Gables. She wrote those, and then she has like Pat of Silverbush, Jane of Lantern Hill. I want to read all of those books because they have gorgeous covers, and my sister has been getting them for Christmas and birthdays and stuff, and every time I'm like, I need to read those. So I want to read some more of those, and then just some other classics, and, you know, get back into that. Yeah, more classics. And my fourth, and this is actually my final goal, I just thought of it, but I hadn't like written it down as a goal, but then I realized that this probably should be a goal. So my fourth, and this is final, guys, my fourth and final goal this year is to read more historical fiction. I have been seeing a lot of them around. I love World War II fiction. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it so much. Like The Book Thief, that book, and The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. Those are just 2 of the best books ever. I'm doing a lot of weird things with my hands. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, and so All the Light We Cannot See, I want to read that. The Nightingale, There's some book that Sasha Alsberg over on the Book Utopia is reading that looks and sounds amazing, but I can't remember the names. No, I just can't remember the name, sorry. But, so I want to read more historical fiction. I love historical fiction, and it's kind of the same thing with the classics. I love them. I just didn't read as much of it as I would have liked this year. So I would like to read more. Last year. I didn't read as much of it as I would have liked last year, 2015. So I'd like to read more of it this year, 2016. There we go. Gotta get my years straight. Anyway, those were my goals for Those are my goals for 2016, book related. So we'll see how this goes. One reason why I wanted to make this video was because it kind of hold myself to them. Like with the 4-H things, if you write them down in my planner, then that holds me to that goal and I have to complete it. So if I make a video of my goals, then that will hold me to these goals and I feel like I have to complete them. Again, some of them it's just something I want to do, but I kind of really want to do it, so I'm making it into a goal, if that makes sense. That makes sense? I don't think that made sense. But you know what I'm saying. You've heard my goals, you know my reasonings. So we'll see how this year goes. And I will see y'all again with another video soon.